Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Mwala. I'm a board certified hospitalist working in the Phoenix area, currently stuck overseas due to travel bans from the COVID pandemic. I came across a very interesting article today that answered many of the questions and concerns I had in the management of COVID. I'm trying to participate by helping here where I'm located in Jordan, so I'm always trying to keep up to date on the latest articles, and there are many of which contradict each other, but this one made sense to me logically, and I wanted to make a video about it because I know we're all time constrained, and I didn't want to, have a person spend a couple of hours unless they had it to read it, which I really encourage. So basically, the whole business with is this airborne or droplet? So it turns out it's all a question of semantics. So when we sneeze or cough, droplets are going to come out. Now, if those droplets are less than 10 micrometers, they're called aerosols. If they're greater than 10 micrometers, they can be referred to as spray droplets. Now, spray droplets are the ones that are thought to only travel 2 meters or 6 feet, but with a sneeze or a cough, they can travel as much as 6 meters or 18 feet. So the premise of this whole article was that the CDC and FDA's recommendation that the general public not wear masks is erroneous because wearing masks, no matter how bad they are compared to N95, and we'll talk about that in a minute, they will still contribute majorly to flattening the curve. And here's why. The virus, the coronavirus, can land in two spots, the nasopharynx, so in your nose and throat, and in your lungs, at the level of the alveoli. To get to the alveoli, you need to have aerosol. In other words, a size less than 10 micrometers. To get into the nose and pharynx, which is thought to be the predominant way that COVID is spread, you need to have a size that's above 10 micrometers, and many of the masks out there will stop those particles from entering the nasopharynx and basically the nose and the throat area. So what does this mean practically for us? So there has been shown in a study that at least there's a 25 to 30% decrease in the amount of particles that can go to the other side of the usual surgical mask. And this is very important. This is a decrease that we can get that can be combined with the social distancing, combined with the 6 feet distance, combined with all the other actions that are being taken to decrease the rate of spread. So basically, what I found very helpful in this article was two things. One, this argument, is it airborne, aerosolized? What's the difference? You got to wear an N95 if you're doing procedures that cause aerosolization, was all getting very confusing to me. So in a nutshell, pretend the coronavirus, okay, or assume the coronavirus is exhaled or sneezed out or coughed out. Most of the volume of the liquid that comes out of the infected person's body is going to be in the form of large-sized droplets that can be stopped with a regular mask. However, a portion is going to be through aerosols. The exact breakup is 50% are going to be in aerosols and 50% are going to be in large droplets. However, the aerosols make up only 1/100,000 of the volume of the liquid that comes out. So imagine you had an army of 1,000 people, 500 dwarfs and 500 giants. So the 500 giants are going to take up more space than the 500 dwarfs. So where the money is preventing the 500 giants from coming, even though they all have the same potential of causing injury and disease. And so therefore, this author recommends that just because we don't have enough of them, is a different argument, but the public should be encouraged to wear gloves and in public to wear masks, even if they make their own. It decreases about 25 to 30% the amount of viral particles that can come into our body. And then finally, as a final thought, imagine when a person sneezes or coughs, that can travel at 50 meters per second for a sneeze and 10 meters per second for a cough. And then the wind can take it different places. So in large cities like New York, where you have skyscrapers and and wind currents, there's no telling where those particles are going to go. Now, the good thing is they're not going to be in a high enough concentration to cause disease, even if theoretically one lands around the corner. So the best thing to do is to wear an N95 mask to prevent even the small particles, the aerosols, which he calls aerosols, anything that's less than 10 micrometers, from having a chance to enter our body, okay? Because when they enter our body through the pharynx, those are the ones that go to the lung and cause lung disease right away. However, the ones that enter our nose, which is from the larger particles, are the ones that will cause a positive COVID test, even though the patient does not have any symptoms, maybe a sore throat, because they need time to reproduce and make their way down to the lung. However, the aerosols will cause lung injury, or the lung receptors will accept them. The ACE2 receptor will accept it right away. And the ACE2 protein is also expressed in the nasopharynx, as has been demonstrated by studies. So sorry for the long video, but basically what we should do is encourage the public to wear masks. It discourages against stigmatizing those as hoarders, making them feel guilty like they're keeping it out of the hands of healthcare workers, because the truth is we protect ourselves if the public is protected and we have less cases to deal with. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll put a link to the article below. Thank you very much.